So good afternoon. So for all the participants who have joined us physically and online, it is a pleasure to welcome each one of you to this guest lecture series, which is on changing food habits, dietary health burden and challenges. The guest speaker would be Dr. Usha Ravindra, Professor in Food Science and Nutrition, University of Agricultural Sciences, Bangalore. In this context, I would now request our Dean, School of Postgraduate Studies, to welcome the gathering and offer his opening remarks.
Good afternoon. So I'm audible, madam?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm really happy to join the session. Today's speaker, Dr. Usha Ravindra from GKVK Bangalore. I welcome you, madam, for this evening lecture. And also, I welcome Dr. Kanchana, Dean, Home Science College and Research Institute, and also Dr. Hemalata, madam, for arranging this lecture, and other all the senior faculties in the Home Science College, Community College and Research Institute. Sorry, my memory line only goes back 4 years back, so that's why still it is a misnomenclature. So it's a Community Science College and Research Institute. All the students and the faculty members, welcome you all for this evening lecture. It's a pleasure for me to join you in the online. So because of time restriction, otherwise I would have been there. Sometime of a visit, I will be there, madam. I am really happy that whenever we Dean PGS take a new initiative, Home Science College is always first to respond. And whenever we ask you to give endowment lecture or the guest lectures, immediately the Home Science College is organizing the lectures. And another thing, whenever the Tamil Nadu Agriculture University now invite many of the external examiners to in person because of after the COVID period. Now all the speakers are coming in person, and whenever the personalities, when the external examiners, they are very rich in their knowledge and their domain knowledge. And whenever they came, like Dr. Usha Ravindra from GKVK Bangalore, or some of the food scientists who are visiting Madurai Community Science College. Really, it is a very happy moment, madam. You be there and share your experience with our faculties and also with the students. So in the in-person meeting, always have a edge over the online meeting system. So that's why the TNA is always encourage the speakers to come in person and work on the deliver on some of the talks. Again, today's lecture is really a relevant one, because everybody during the period of changing the food habit, what is the health burden and challenges? Because when as a layman term, I can say that whenever you choose a food habit, we always look for how the health will be affected. And nowadays, people changing from traditional food system to modern food system. Our younger generation always prefer the modern foods and Western foods, or sometimes you can say that the pre-cooked, or sometimes mostly the stored one, and so many of the changes happens. So even when you look on the carbo diets, or the lipid or protein diets, special diets, nowadays the dietitian, somebody is recommending to reduce the health, go for paleo diet, go for protein rich. That's why we can reduce the weight. And sometimes people say that carbohydrate and protein cannot be suddenly, you cannot reduce. Sometimes you need a balance. So many theories are going on. So really, we also want to know, madam, from the speaker, that really what is the real things which is going on. Because everyone's question, because the people in the above 50s always look for some health consciousness, because of so many food related health issues are coming. And some people are nowadays we are going for pizza, burger, and many of the wheat based product, and their gluten sensitive people always have issues. So those are the issues everybody want to know from you. Really, what kind of challenges we are facing, what kind of health issues we are going to face. These are all the things everybody want to know. Definitely your lecture not only benefit the community science college student, but also the students of other discipline. Not only the research point of view, everyone health point of view, because everybody nowadays want to know what happened if I eat this particular food and what happened to my health. What are the health challenges I am facing? So these are the things everybody want to know. Really, this lecture definitely will make the people more health conscious and more fit, and this definitely will increase the work efficiency. I can say the people, why the developed countries are always looking on the nutritionist or the dietitian, because their work efficiency is based on the health only. So now we India also progressing well, so we also look for consciousness, and also the which definitely will address will definitely will have impact on the our working environment and also our day-to-day activities. So these are the things really we expect, and also the your lecture will be documented, and it will be those people who are so busy in the today afternoon, they can watch the lectures after their leisure time, and that time definitely they will know that how important this lecture is, and they will be happy after watching the lecture. So that's why we put it in the all the social media and also our YouTube platform. So this will your lecture will be anytime we can view that. So along with the faculties and students of home science community science college, I am also waiting your lecture, madam. I really am happy, and also I thank the community college whole group to arrange the lecture. So thank you for providing me this opportunity, and thanks for helping Dean PGS many of the activities once again, and thank you all for this meeting. Thank you, madam.
School of Postgraduate Studies, external expert Dr. Usha Ravindra, Professor and Head Dr. G. Hemalata, heads of the department, students and staff members, and my special welcome to Dr. Maragada Madam, Dean Students Worker. She is very much interested in listening to this lecture, and also all the university officers online, and also the students in online. Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm very happy to introduce my friend Dr. Usha Ravindra. Before going in for the introduction, I would like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam and also our Dean PGS Studies. Since this program has been initiated by our Dean, we could able to do the thing very efficiently, sir. You are the person who initiated this process. That is the lecture from the external expert who are coming for the PhD Viva OC. I think the home science, the community science, we are doing it as per the schedule given by the Dean PGS Studies. And moreover, our Dean PGS Studies welcome the gathering. In addition to that, he has highlighted about the lecture, that is changing food habits. So that is not for the students of community science or the staff members, it is for everyone, because it is a common topic. Many of us, we are suffering from many of the health issues that can be prevented or can be recovered by the changing food habits. So this is how we are organizing this program. In this regard, I would like to introduce my friend, Dr. Usha Ravindra, Professor of Food Science and Nutrition, University of Agricultural Sciences, Bangalore. And Madam has got a very good experience in teaching, research and outreach activities for the period of 27 years. Madam has guided more than 12 MSc students and 9 PhD students in food science and nutrition. And Madam has also handled more than 17 research projects and funding from the central and state government, DBT, DST, and also from RKVI. And that is based on the livelihood on farm families, processing and value addition of soybean, millets, underutilized greens, zinc nutrition, midday meal program impact study, and also vitamin A enhancement through Nutri-Forms. So these are the research aspects related to the madam's work on the projects. And Madam is also a collaborator in the release of many variety crops, sugarcane, Co VC8379, rice KRH4, and Ragi MR6 variety release. And more than 10 technologies have been commercialized by Madam to the public and also to the startup and entrepreneurs. And Madam has filed 3 patents and technical support for 45 entrepreneurs. And Madam is also involved in the community development by providing technical support and technology know-how to establish food processing unit at village levels of southern Karnataka and also technical guidance to entrepreneurs. And Madam is involved very much in the outreach activities and organized many training programs for the women and also trained the field officers at the level of the horticulture, income tax department, and also in other related departments. And moreover, Madam has published more than 81 research papers, textbook, and 3 books and several other publications in national and international level. And Madam is also serving as a member of GI Registry Patent Office, GOI, and the other scientific bodies, and in the institution at the institution level and in other organizations. To her credit, I can say Madam has got many number of awards. So gold medal in PhD and received state award in the best program officer for NSS and then best women scientist award in the Indian Science Congress and recognition from All India Radio for the best women during the Women's Day and best women scientist award from Karnataka Science Congress and also best agricultural scientist award by the Rotary Club of Bangalore and also received many other awards from the Green Path Foundation and also she has got award for the 6 papers in national and international conference and also for a poster at the Indo-Belgium Health Conference and above all, Madam has got a recent award on the best startup concept for of Government of Karnataka during the year 2022. So that is the highlight of Madam's achievement and I think that is more essential in the present day world. With these few words, I'll just give this platform to our external expert, Dr. Usha Ravindra from GKVK Bangalore.
Thank you so much, Madam. Respected Vice Chancellor, Madam, good afternoon to you. Respected Dean PGS, and a very big thanks to TNAU, and thank you, Dean Community Science College, Kanchana Madam, and HOD Hemlata Madam, and all the teachers and faculty members. Very good afternoon, one and all. Today, I'll be just talking about a very common topic, but at the same time, very interesting topic. That is, I'll be just talking about the health burden and nutrition relation. So now we are in the era of a lot of confusion with reference to food. As our Dean PGS rightly mentioned, what to consume, how much to consume, when to consume, and why to consume. These are the 4 important questions we are very oftenly coming across. And more than anything else, there is a lot of information which is available in the social media, whether it's a right or wrong, but everyone wants to follow it up. But most of the time, it lacks the scientific database, which is very important to follow certain things, which I'll be, I think, discussing later. Can we go to the slide? So, because we all know food, then comes shelter, then comes clothing. These are the 3 important needs as per the hierarchy, Maslow's theory of hierarchy. So I'll be just talking about changing food habits, dietary health burden and challenges, a transition issue. Definitely it's a transition issue because any country's productivity is being measured. This is the one. Yeah. Any country's productivity is being measured on the healthy population that country is having. So that means to say health of the population in that particular geographical area definitely contributes for overall productivity of the country. And at the same time, it reduces the health care costs. That is a major issue at present. So with this background, I just thought of when Hemlata Madam asked me to give a title, I just thought of talking about the transition issues, how it's affecting all of us. Okay, I'm not going to read about all these things. Now we are in the era of globalized diet. What is globalized diet? If you just travel across the world, we will find three major ingredients very commonly. That's all three white things. One is refined flour, refined fat, refined sugar. I hope you all agree with me. So these are the three major ingredients deciding our diet. That's why I just rightly termed it as globalized diet. That means to say, here we are forgetting our roots, because any food habits you take, that is always should be influenced by geographical conditions. Okay, if you go to North India, definitely because of lot of chillness in the winter season, they are allowed to consume more fatty foods, more sweet foods. If you come to southern India, so our weather conditions, our geography is not like that. We need little different kind of food habits with lot of fruit juices, vegetables, and majorly we are all rice eaters and millet eaters. So that decides what kind of food we are supposed to eat. But unfortunately, we are forgetting our geographical conditions. We are all going with a globalized diet. And where comes the transition issue here? All these years till now, we are all focusing about the rural population and malnutrition we are linking. But unfortunately, even urban population, though they have very good income to sell, very good income to afford healthy food, but unfortunately, they are also suffering with the malnutrition. So here mainly there is a poverty in rural, society, not only in rural, peri-urban as well as in the urban areas. Particularly, there is a lot of burden on malnutrition in the cities now because of the transition. Because rural population are migrating to urban areas, so the expected job they're not getting. And main issue here is sanitation, hygiene, then fit, portable drinking water. So safe drinking water is a major issue we need to address. Along with that, very good, very clean living area. Okay, so that's why there is a limited healthcare facilities for the slum dwellers particularly, though there are many programs are there, but it has to be percolated to the last person in the rural community as well as in the urban community. Then there are so many factors which influences apart from food. Food comes later on. Before that, education. Do you think all highly educated people will have a balanced diet? No. This is not the academic education. This is the education about the food. It needs to be taken further in many spheres. It has to be dealt. Then coming to the another important aspect, that is gender inequality. I hope all of you agree with me that your mother will have food last. She'll have her meal last. So first servings, which goes with whatever she cooks at home, with a very well balanced thing in a given choice. But coming to her turn, she will have the leftover foods. That means to say whether you want it or not, there is a gender inequalities happening in households, which need to be taken care with lot of education from the family head. From there, even the boys, they have to be taught about this. Okay, then coming to the social taboos. For example, I want to take you papaya. Many pregnant women will not consume papaya because we have a conception that it leads to abortion. That might be the case with mainly, I think, 0.1%, but that's not the case with everyone. In fact, it's an excellent source of beta carotene, which is a precursor of vitamin A. We don't want to see any child going blind with a vitamin A deficiency disorder. Like that, we have many taboos. Then coming to the hygiene sanitation, we are very poor in that. We are very, very poor in case of processing, in case of handling, in case of serving, in case of storage. Okay. So then coming to the living environments. So that also matters. Then appropriate as well as timely healthcare facilities. So still it's a dream. We are all working towards this because it's all linking to our nutrition status. Then we have problems, addressing the problems at individual but at the same time at the grassroots level. That means to say, lot of education is required from topmost person to the last person of the community. Then comes here is the dietary choices. We have, because what we eat, that will decide our nutrition status. So here mainly the selection as well as consumption of foods, it is dependent on attitudes, okay, and also beliefs, also social interactions. I will give you one small example here. If you want to pack ragi, dosa or ragi dumplings in the lunch box for a school child, it may be liking ragi products, but when he is having ragi products in lunch box, if his friends are they are bringing some very colorful meals, so they make fun of this boy or a girl who is carrying a little darker shade product. So if they laugh at that child, naturally from second day onwards, that child will not carry millet-based products. That's why social interactions play a significant role towards the food choices, and also behavioral as well as economics of the food choices. Here I want to give you a small example. Coming to Indian population who consumes burger, pizza, that's not for us, friends. That's not at all for us. Once in a while we can have, nothing wrong in that. We have to taste. We should know how it tastes. How is the texture profiles? Okay. But unfortunately, in the working class, in the younger generation, what is happening? They don't want to cook. That's the one aspect. The girl or boy. Okay. Second thing is it's a very easy food to order. That's why Swiggy is the mother. Okay. And Ola and Ubers are the father now for the younger generation. Sorry to say this, but it's practically happening. So what is happening here? If you take US population or developed country population, pizza is being made for the workers who are involved in heavy works. They need more energy. So that's how the genesis of burgers, genesis of pizza took place. But here, which kind of population are consuming that? Because of the changing income, changing food habits. Middle class, above middle class, and affluent classes are offering or getting these kind of foods. Unfortunately, they're not spending so much of energy. Nothing wrong in choosing that, but you have to shed so much of energy in any physical activity. For what we are doing, we are eating, sitting, and doing a very light work. That's why we are towards positive energy balance, but it's growing over the years. Okay, that's the one thing. And here there are two things. That's what I told you. One is food environment. Second one is food patterns. Are we following breakfast, lunch, dinner? Or are we following breakfast, lunch, evening snacks, and dinner at a given time? Because our elders had a very beautiful food pattern, but we are not taking. At least our generation is okay. But coming to our young friends, students, what time you all sleep? Probably 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And that time you feel hungry. You want to have something. Actually, you're supposed to give break for your stomach. But that's not happening. So many people are having their dinner at 1 o'clock in the midnight. I have seen in Bangalore. So there are physiological changes. Okay. So this is leading to a lot of metabolic disorders. That's how many youngsters are positive with either hypertension or obesity, or they may be very lean, having a lot of cardiovascular diseases. If it is not there, kidney disorders. These are the common problems which I am seeing in cities like Bangalore. And another major burden, major problem with the youngster is getting conceived. Sorry to say this. Many young couple in Bangalore are having a queue in front of gynecologists, leading gynecologists in the Bangalore, because there are a lot of metabolic syndromes having impact on hormonal health. So this is all because of changed sleeping pattern as well as food habits. Then I just want to give one small example with the low birth weight babies. Okay, so that is leading to stunting. All these years we said rural children are having stunting, but now even people with very, very good income, very smart pockets, they are also having issues with the stunting. So that is the one reason with the low birth weight, it's giving rise to so many health complications like non-communicable diseases, starting with the hypertension, diabetes at a very young age, then also overweight. We never consider overweight as a health burden. But if it's not taken care at early stage, so it leads to many things and it opens doors for so many things. Starting with that, another component is there, that is saturated fatty acid. So that is also a culprit now. Okay. So then coming to, I want to give you a small example of statistics, just 1995 and 1925. So probably half of the children, students are not born, but another half we are here. Cancer risks. So key factor for this one to address, we have to increase fruits and vegetable intake. So the percentage was 22.7 in 1995. It has actually maintained this, steadiness. Whereas cardiovascular diseases and heart diseases, it was just 7.7 in 1995. It has doubled. Just within a span of how many years? How many years? Hardly 30 years. It's not a big period actually. Then coming to the diabetes, which is linked to overweight, obesity. So that has risen from 14.6 to 31.3. Similarly, hypertension as well as stroke, almost it is in the increasing trend. Not only that, I've listed other factors. So the main concern now is the cancer incidences as well as Alzheimer's in a young age itself. We never studied, I think most of the teachers here agree, Alzheimer's disease used to start after 70, 75. But now we are seeing forgetfulness in a young age itself. It is linked with the micronutrient deficiency, particularly vitamins. And also vitamin B12 is another important nutrient to be addressed, because we hardly find vitamin B12 in the plant sources. Mainly it is in the plant and animal sources. But sorry to say this, those who are on animal diet at least weekly, twice, thrice, they are also suffering with vitamin B12 deficiency, because we are having a lack of enough quantity of production of factor, intrinsic factor, okay, which need to be addressed from the genetic, genetic engineering. From that stage itself, it has to be addressed. Then another important challenge at present with the changing food habits are, affordability is a major problem. Healthy diets are very expensive as of now. Healthy diets are very, very expensive because repurpose of resources to prioritize sustainable food production. Not only that, supply as well as consumption of nutritious healthy diets which are less costly and more affordable. Is it happening with organic foods now? No, because production is one issue, productivity is another issue, then availability is another issue. That's why it has to be rethought. So our agriculture mechanism has to be rethought and reworked it out. Not only that, we have to work together to make the transformation to ensuring the delivery of not only safe, but at the same time affordable but healthy diets. We have to, that means to say we have to shift our end consumption. That means to say whatever we want to choose, whatever we want to have, it should be a healthy diet. I don't want to read all these things. I just want to give a gist of how the food system has evolved. Coming to the first pattern, that time people used to be gatherers of food. So what was the challenge that time? The major challenge was low fertility, low life expectancy. But coming to the second pattern, we started with the famine. So that time actually fertility rate increased, but there were the issues with maternal health issues. But there we had a consumption of most of the cereals because we were not okay with the production, not okay with the productivity. Then comes the third factor again, here also receding famines we have seen, but here we were happy with the starchy food, but low fat, high fiber food we had. But again there was a changing trend. Mortality steadily it came to a decline. Then comes the fourth pattern. There started the issue, real burden, that is non-communicable diseases, nutrition-related non-communicable diseases. Okay, here there is accelerated life expectancy. Earlier it was just 30 to 45 years was the life expectancy, but now on an average it is 60 years, on an average, thanks to medical system, thanks to the farmers. Okay, then comes the last pattern. Now we are all in that particular thing because in the pattern 4, we developed sedentary nature of lifestyle. Okay, and also we have gone to the ultra processed foods. But nature teaches us. That's the biggest guru in our life. So that's why we are with the 5th pattern. So we are in the era of changing our behaviors toward the foods. That's how I'm here today. That's how Madam Hemalata and our Dean PGS and University, they made this particular occasion to rethink about whatever foods we are taking. That is there is a shift from ultra processed foods to minimally processed foods. We're all talking about it now, isn't it? And also we are thinking about drinking safe water, not only mineral water. We are rethinking. Okay, we want safe water, but potable water, not removing all the minerals and adding it, fortifying it. Instead of that, it's better to go with the safe, which is not having any heavy metals in that. From there is a replacement of sedentary nature. So we are going with purposeful activities. Here again, we have a compulsion in the mind that I have to go for a walk. I don't want to sit in the chair for 4 hours. So it is compelling us. So we are in that era. We are in the behavioral changes, time. So that is leading to reduced body fatness and also nutrition-related non-communicable diseases. We want to bring it down, and also improved disease prevention using food as a tool, using food as a medicine, not medicines as a food. So that is giving us the end product as extended healthy life, healthy aging, and also reduced incidences of non-communicable diseases. Then you may ask me, Madam, can everyone afford healthy diet? Yes, why not? Why not? Because as per the statistics, it says there is a severe food insecurity. Oh, though we have reached food security, but we haven't reached the nutrition security. Isn't it? We still have an issue with the nutrition security. So we have a population of around 16.3% still. They have a food insecurities. Not only that, undernourishment 21.6. More than that, a major concern is a big percentage. That's around 70% cannot afford healthy diet. That is one side. Another side, I want to give you a small example here. We have only done the study in Bangalore city. We waste maximum food when we go to functions. Do you agree with me or not? So kindly inculcate a habit of saying no to the food what they want to serve. Please look at the meal plate of the previous person. You decide before he comes to you, you decide whether you want to serve it or not. After serving, kindly see to it that you are eating. Otherwise, there is still not a complete mechanism to take that food and give it to another person having issue with 2 meals. That's why, so we cannot afford healthy food and also cost of daily healthy diet. So many people don't have a daily income of 200 rupees. Still we have population, they can't even earn 100 rupees a day. So if that is the case, then there is a question of healthy diet arises. That's why we are all part of this system. Not only farmers, not only agriculture scientists, being a nutrition person, forget about that. Being a sensitive citizen of this country, it is everybody's role to make healthy choices. Best choices among the available food sources. Then coming to the another important thing is cost. When I say cost, you may think that is money. No, your time is the cost. Your time is more precious than the money itself. So we now, most of us are working. In that period, if you want, I have only 5 minutes time. So what can I cook in 5 minutes? So what I will do, normally cereal-based diets are the easiest choices for us. We take some rice, we serve some sambar, we have, and we finish off our breakfast. So that's why it's contributing that your time, you don't want to spend time for your meals. that is accounting for almost 1.3 trillion US dollars per year by the year 2030. So much of amount we are spending towards healthcare costs. Then coming to the, I think you have seen in the NIM food composition table. The first one is recommended. Unfortunately, down two things are there. We are supposed to take around 40% energy sources should come from cereals and millets. But here in the rural community, we are having more than 65% coming from cereals and millets. In case of urban, they have also crossed that 40%. So that means to say we are on cereal-based diets again. We are not towards protein-rich diet. We are not towards fruits and vegetable-based diets. Still, with lot of education also, we are our three meals. If you take major portion, half of the plate is filled with cereal-based diets. Then you forget about fruits, vegetable, meat, milk, all those things. Then are we following typical diet? Yes. Still we are following typical diet of cooking rice all the 7 days, same dal at least for 4 days. So there need to be a change in cooking pattern. Not only that, consumption pattern. Are we taking one serving of fruits and vegetable before having meal? Hardly, I think I find around 5% of population here will start their day with one serving of fruit, one serving of vegetable. No, we don't have time for meals. We always go with a cereal-based diet. There comes our dietary changes. There comes our healthy choices. And also coming to the another culprit, sugar. So sugar is not bad, but how much we are supposed to eat is the issue. So for example, low to excess, we can have around 10 grams of sugar, maximum of 20 grams of sugar. But in 4 cups of sugar, we will have more than 20 grams. Forget about invisible sugar in the cereals, in the pulses, with sweets. Okay, so that is another thing added to healthcare costs. But not all happening in the negative side. There are changes happening. So there is a little change. It's happening in our diet. For example, if you don't have time to cook, so definitely if you are in a great hurry, okay, you can make a healthy choice of eating 2 fruits, some nuts, not necessarily costly nuts. You can have groundnut or peanut. Affordable nuts you can have as a breakfast replacement rather than going with only cereal-based diet on all the days. That's the one thing. Then here is a small table. I think I can leave this information later on. You can read. So when the stage 1, the development of food supply, like a previous a slide, which was a little bigger one, the processing was not in existence. That time the food was rich in many aspects with the greening. Okay, then comes the minimal processing like preservation, refrigeration and all. Then fat was less, in fact. Protein, carbohydrate was moderately less. But comes the third stage, then that time also energy density was less. But protein got also reduced, fiber got reduced. The important thing got increased was sodium because of too much of processing, too much of preservation. Then the last one, energy density is too high, sodium intake, it's too high now. All fried foods, all processed foods. I'll be showing one slide, which we have done the study in Karnataka alone. That I'll be just sharing with you people. Then fiber, big challenge. Okay. Then also minimally processed thing also was not there, but very recently it is being reintroduced. Then let us examine nutrition inequities. That means to say there are many differences like rich and poor, then rural and urban, as well as educated and illiterate. All these things are related to nutritional deficiency, as well as double burden of malnutrition in case of rural area, triple burden of malnutrition in the transition areas as well as in the urban areas. So overall, our food policies, I don't say our food policies are bad, but implementation is a big issue. Welfare programs. Here I want to highlight one aspect. In the PDS system, okay, poor people are getting rice, invariably rice. Now there are a lot of discussion are happening to introduce millets because they are very expensive. This year we are celebrating as International Year of Millets. So at least in this occasion, no, will all of us try to include millets, at least one serving of millet a day. Not all the millets in the same day. Please don't consume like that. One serving of millet will take care of at least some 25% of micronutrients, whichever we need. Then shifting towards healthy foods. So here, can we say no to processed foods? Can we say no? We can't say no to processed foods. We need processed foods, but let us give importance for minimally processed. Let us give importance for low sodium processed pickles, low sugar processed canned fruits, canned vegetables. There are technologies now. There are a lot of technological advancements are happening. Then marketing of healthy and safe foods. If there are consumers, definitely there are buyers, producers. So we have to set trend for that. It may take time, but definitely days are not too far. Then reducing the level of additives and artificial colors. When you're going to restaurants, try to tell them, don't add color. Nothing wrong in having gobi Manchurian, but please give importance for Ajinomoto or monosodium glutamate, which enhances the flavor. Unfortunately, it's a banned chemical, but we get flavor because of addition of that. But without adding that chemical also, we can have an excellent flavor in the processed foods. We need to work out those technologies and also addition of colors, not only colors, flavors. Colors, no, it's a mindset. So we need to educate the public on how to make healthier choices. Okay, that's one thing. Then products aimed at achieving nutrition security and food security. That means to say, coming to the first thing, catering industry or our hostels or marriage halls. So we have to first teach them. It's not a small thing to do. It will take its own sweet time. But let us start from today, from now. That is practicing the safe food, healthy food, and hygienically prepared food. So it's a very big term. I want to give one small example here. Some 4 years back, mangoes sent from India, exported from India, got rejected from European Union. Why? What was the issue? So issue was adding the maturing agents or ripening agents. So that's one setback to the Indian economy. Similar case, a lot of our processed foods, I don't want to name the industries, they've only publicly accepted that whatever nutrition claims they are having on the label, they are not complying with that. Big industry, big MNC, I don't want to name the company, I think you have read in that. It's like a noodles, it's like the cookies. So please read the labels properly, but not too much. I'll be going to that now. So that means to say, consumers have to have a education of making healthy choices, what they want. Don't go with the advertisement alone. Okay. So that means to say, educating the consumer, creating the awareness as well as nutritional literacy. That is a big millennium question as of now. Nutrition literacy is not an easy thing. Okay. Then major determinants of food choice. There are so many determinants. One is biological determinant, like, if I am hungry, I want to eat something. I don't know whether it's hygienically processed or unhealthy, but I want something to eat. That's the one determinant. Economic determinants like income. Okay. That also, people who are very rich, they can afford, but most of the time go with the fancy foods they are. And also we have another trend in our consumer now. They will drink just 25% of the water, remaining they'll forget it and go off. We are losing such an important commodity. Okay, so kindly make a habit of carrying water bottle, or say if we are two friends, me and Kanchana madam, me and Hemalata madam, we will share one water bottle rather than having two bottles and drinking only this much. It should begin from the school age itself. It should start from the child level itself, preschool age itself. This is only the nutrition education we need to teach. Then comes the physical determinants like skill, education, as well as, for example, cooking. Some people think that adding too much of oil for the cooking will enhance the taste. No, friends. without oil also, or adding with little oil. Combination of oils are always better. We can make a healthy food. Okay, then social determinants like meal pattern, peer group influence, okay, then culture, family, all those are the driving forces or determinants. Then comes psychological determinants like stress and mood. Some people, when they're happy, they'll eat one chocolate, 2, 3, 4. When they're very sad, they will go alone, and I have friends, they'll eat so much of sweet. Okay, that means to say they don't want to express their sad feeling. So try to express your feelings in front of person whom you believe. So in this era of social change, social media is so strong. You'll put the blanket, and in the blanket you'll have your mobile. Please don't indulge in that. Instead of that, if you are not happy, go and apprise your teacher. Go and talk to your friends. Have friends always. It's always better to have socialization with the next person than be alone with the social media. That's a big problem now for the healthcare cost. It's highly contributing for healthcare cost. Then comes last one, attitudes. Though I'm hungry, I want to show it to the society that I don't want to eat more food, or I want to show that I can have only this much. Please don't have that kind of barrier. If you are hungry, let other people think whatever they want. Eat complete meal. Don't get influenced while having the food. You just make the best choices. Okay, then control the culprits. This is what I told you in the previous slides, that sugar, salt, and fats. Not only these are psychological barriers. They are the big barriers than these things. So desirable salt intake on an average now 5 to 6 grams per day. That is 1 teaspoon. Okay, but how much actually we are consuming? 10 to 12 grams on an average. So here is one small survey which we have done in Bangalore, all important cities of Karnataka. So unbranded snacks, we always think that MNCs, whatever they are producing, are more healthier. They're safer. Actually, they are being processed in a complete, automated plants. That way, I'm not talking. Okay, I'm talking in terms of salt and fat. Okay, on an average, a packet of 13 grams to 25 grams snack packet, for example, chips, I want to take it here. So it is having 1.8 to 2.3% salt in that, and also it will have 27 to 42% of fat. But we all want to have chips. Have no problem, but once in a while, and few pieces. Then coming to the branded snacks, okay, they are also having a similar quantity of salt over and above our 3 meals at home. Please remember, either in hostel or in PG or in home, okay, we are having 3 meals. That also we have salt. Then added to our snacks. So knowingly or unknowingly, we are adding lot of burden on our kidney health, heart health, and the GI tract. Okay, then coming to the branded fried products, or cookies, or biscuits, they are also having fat content of 21 to 24%. Then you will ask me, madam, then we should not have cookies, we should not have chips. Friends, you have once in a while, kindly have it, but please indulge in outdoor games. Please spend energy. Please walk to library. Please walk to lab. Don't use elevators wherever it is possible unless you have a health issues. Give work to your muscle. Build your muscle than the adipose tissues. This I just don't want to read. This is called as NOVA food classification. We have different kind of classification. Last one is by botheration. Not the first 3. Because ultra processed foods, where we are using this technology, unfortunately, this food culture is being introduced to the infants. That means to say, we are spoiling their health from the baby life. Infancy, not even 6 months. Because we are going with commercial formulas. We don't want to go with traditional formulas. Our grannies, recipes. Please give importance to our roots. That's what I told you in the beginning. Because they are rich in macronutrients, and more than that, your care, your love, your affection, which we can't find it in the commercial formulations. Okay? Because they are highly processed. Not only that, please see the packets or the bottles, feeding bottles. Go and check whenever you go to market. There is one recycle symbol is there on the bottles, feeding bottles. Check the number. There will be a number. 5 to 7 is safe for human putting the foods which we can consume. But beyond that or lesser than that, particularly less than 5 is not suitable for infants. But unfortunately, most of the bottles are having, because they are having bisphenol A content, okay, which will mimic the hormones, which impair the hormones. That's another botheration we have to take care in the ultra processing of the foods. Then food selection, which is a major influencing environment. So who will be the deciding factor? Unfortunately, COVID has taught us good habits, that's fine, but bad habits also, because children were exposed to media and most of the food choices goes with advertisements. Not mother, not siblings, not a peer group. Okay, so that's why professional advice, it's only 45%. Let us all become ambassadors of food, best food choice movement. Okay, then this I just want to, it's not so clear how people eat. In case of urban population, we spend good amount towards our grocery, vegetables and milk products. Whereas in case of rural communities, still is a challenge. There, our cereal consumption has rose from 10% to 33%, as well as sugar consumption increased from 3% to 21%, which we don't want, but unfortunately it has increased now. Then coming to the another important, I think 2 concepts I'll be covering within, I think 5-6 minutes. Insomnia. So we elders, if we are not getting sleep, it's fine, because maybe age, maybe stress, maybe economic crisis. But unfortunately, youngsters are not getting sleep. They will sleep in the early morning. They will not get up at 8 o'clock. They will not come to the first hour if it is at 8:30. They will come late. By the time teacher might have closed the door, they will ask for the permission to enter the class. Is it happening with all of you? Yes or no? It is happening. It is happening because you are claiming that you are not getting sleep. There are 3 reasons. One is difficulty in initiating sleep, because we don't have a sound mind, because we don't have a sound food or healthy food, and our eating time. We are supposed to eat before 8 o'clock, at least by 8:30, but you are having your meals at after 10:30 only we will start eating. Is it true? Is it true? Yeah, my friends are saying yes. We have population now. That's the one thing. Second thing, difficulty in maintaining the sleep. That means to say, though you get sleep, you will not have a sound sleep. Then third one is early morning wakening with the inability to return up. Some elders are there, when they get up at 3:30 or 4 o'clock, they will not get sleep later on. One is hormone issues. Again, it is related to food choices, emotional health. So food is not only to fulfill our hungry feeling, it's also for emotional health. I think many children are wearing t-shirts with, now I have read recently, happy hormone. What is that happy hormone? Dopamine. Okay, along with that, serotonin. Okay, unfortunately, it is supposed to be there in our food. It is supposed to be produced in the body, but it's being used for advertisement. At least by looking at that advertisement, let us have a healthy choices, healthy food habits. Then, what nutrient plays important role in initiating good sleep? Anyone? Anyone? Which nutrients? Food sources I have given. Nutrient I am asking. Which will be helpful in initiating good sleep? Anyone? After looking at this, which nutrient comes to your, comes into picture? Protein. Yeah, we need good amount of energy in the morning. Along with that, we need protein also. But most importantly, protein plays a significant role. Forget about other things, because protein is the one, it's a life. It is needed for so many activities in the life. That means to say, our healthy choices should go to protein first. Then comes vitamins, minerals. Then can we go with only non-vegetarian foods? Do you think only non-vegetarian foods are the excellent source of protein? Of course, yes, but at the same time, we have pulses. We have other sources also. Thing is, how we process, what time we process. For example, germination. If it is in very small vegetative growth, it's good for health. But sometimes we leave it for 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days. We want to see the extra large vegetative growth, but it will not have anything in that. So it's better to go with the smallest vegetative growth. So these are the best foods, as per the literature, worldwide literature, proved to be good for initiating good sleep. Can we have 14, 15 hours sleep? Is it good for us? Then how many hours? 4, 5 hours? On an average, 8 hours. But there are exceptional cases like, Honorable, our supreme person like Abdul Kalamji, who used to sleep for 4 to 5 hours. There are exceptional people, but we are all, fall under the normal curve, isn't it? So we need minimum of 7 to 8 hours sleep. Then there are factors which are associated with insomnia, which is bothering now. It's again related to food culture. Okay, one side we have increased consumption of. That's why I have taken burger and pizza cases in the beginning itself. Increased consumption. That's highly processed carbohydrate from highly processed foods. Then we have a saturated fat from animal sources. Okay. Then lower intake of protein and lower intake of fiber-rich fruits and vegetables. So these are the causative factors. Then solution is here itself. We can just reverse it. Okay. Then coming to the another case, I think all my nutrition friends will agree with me. Too much attachment to a particular thing. For example, orthorexia nervosa is a burden again in the community now. Slowly it's coming up. There is a segment of population suffering with this issue. That's nothing but unhealthy obsession for healthy eating. When meal is being served, snacks is being served. A normal individual, what we do usually, if you are hungry, okay, we'll just take it and eat. But there are people who are suffering with orthorexia nervosa. We'll start thinking too much about that, how it is processed, who has processed, where it is being grown, how it is packed, how it is transported. That means to say unnecessary botheration about the food. Unnecessary. Though they may be very hungry, but because of these reasons, they don't want to have that food. So this is too much botheration about the food production, food processing, food supply, as well as consumption. This is also similarly growing now. So a major threat for nutrition security. Okay, so this obsession may be with preparation of processed foods as well as origin of the food ingredients. Not only that, reading the labels too many times. Too much. We should read labels. Nothing wrong in that. We should also ensure that whether it's safe for consumption or not. But not only that, they will start scanning that. I have seen people in Bangalore alone scanning that. They will claim, no, it doesn't contain saturated fats. It doesn't contain animal sources. There are claims, no? Green labeling, red labeling, and brown labeling. They won't stop at that level itself. They will also start whether it contains lard, whether it contains fish oil, whether it contains milk source. So this is called as orthorexia nervosa. It is a botheration now for the healthy living. So that's why it tries to avoid food treated with the chemicals, artificial sweeteners, significant amounts of harmful ingredients such as, is it saturated fat is so bad? Is it salt is so bad? Sugar is so bad? No, everything should be in limitation. No food is bad actually, but our choices are bad. We are not making healthy choices. So that's why there are so many options are there with us. Let us go with foods, food designs. So we have to go with reduction of potentially negative ingredients. For example, slowly there is a developing, there is a momentum is developed slow food versus fast food. So I'm also one of the member in that slow food movement. You may ask me, what is that slow food, madam? Isn't it? Because we have seen a lot of food junctures, fast food centers. That meant to say they will have all prepared, pre-prepared curries or some half-processed things. When you order for pav bhaji or like pani puri, masala puri, whatever it is. So preparations are 90% done. They'll just do the final thing and give it to you. Coming to the slow food, your grannies, your mothers, okay, they used to soak grains, do the germination, do the seasoning, then they used to pack and give it to you. The process is very slow. So slow foods are nothing but our regional foods, our local foods, okay, nature-friendly foods. So we have to begin with again the slow food story. Then we have to reformulate our foods with less fat, less sugar, less salt, but at the same time affordable and tasty. Then food fortification again with the natural ingredients. We have a lot of options. Then slowing the calorie intake, like designing the foods with low calories. At the same time, it should have a lingering taste in the mouth. It's really a challenge, but at the same time, a lot of research topics are open now. Then improving the digestibility. Many persons, after having special meals like wedding and all, they cannot have dinner in the night because digestibility is a major issue. That's why we are supposed to go with formulations which can be minimally processed, but at the same time bioavailability of nutrients should be ensured. Like that, today's student Kanmani has worked on germinated rice, brown rice. Then animal-based foods we can develop, plant-based food we can develop, cellular agriculture is picking up now. Then all-time favorite topic again, kitchen garden. Now it's already there. Millennium goals. Okay. So grow whatever is possible, either in the rooftop or in the windows or in the backyards or wherever you have little space. At least one serving should come from our own gardens. Okay. And we have to give importance for locally available, but unaware green leafy vegetables. There are so many underutilized greens that are bestowed with a lot of micronutrients. That's the one. And there is a lot of scope is coming up now with microgreens. You can grow microgreens with the cereals, pulses, oil seeds. These are being harvested between 7 to 14 days, not after 14 days. Now it's a big business now. One guy in Bangalore who started in 30-40 site dimension, now he has employment of around 60 people. They are supplying microgreens with the container itself, and it's a delicacy in star hotels. Not only that, they are rich in vitamin C, they are rich in beta-carotene. Not only that, they are rich in bioactive compounds. Okay, and they require very less soil. Or cocoa peat is enough, and containers or grow bags. This I don't want to read. Let's go with multicolor. Okay, rainbow colors in our diet. Then food habits. So again, we can come back to consume a lot of veggies. From there to kindly have breakfast. Unfortunately, our nutrition students who come for first hour, they'll not have breakfast. They're malnourished. You check the hemoglobin level, it is less than 10. So when we want to teach someone, let us be healthy ourselves first. That's why breakfast is the first meal you're supposed to have. Please never skip breakfast. If your breakfast is not ready, at least you can have 2 fruits, some vegetables, carrot. No, that's the one easiest choice you can make. Cucumber you can make with some nuts. Okay, from there, eat protein-rich foods as well as junk foods. I say no to junk food, but not so easy, but gradually you can do that. Then try to consume whole foods. So with this, I just want to conclude my topic to reduce the global burden of malnutrition. And another side, non-communicable diseases. So we have to say no to highly processed foods, not processed, highly processed food, one side. Second thing is we have to limit junk food, then limit fast food, as well as we have to explore different foods. Whenever we travel from south to north, try to have north food rather than searching for south food. because that suits to that environment rather than going to Delhi and searching for idli. No, in winter season, if you're going to Delhi, have puri and parotas because we can digest that food neatly there, easily there, rather than having rice and sambar. Okay, then limit sugary drinks. You go with the fruit juices without added sugar, without added salt. Then we have so many options. Then also eat fruits and vegetables every day. Make them healthier choices. You can add a lot of color to that. Not only that, try to grow a lot of locally available greens. And among them, this is the one crop. No, I had a project to work with the tribal communities. Now I'm working, I have a project with the transgenders. Okay, third gender. So this is a crop grown by Soliga tribes. We harvested this seed and sold 30 kg seeds to farmers, mainstream farmers. Why I'm focusing on this? Madams all know about it. It's having excellent amino acid profile. This is called as pseudo cereal. Like this, we have so many crops in India. Let us all give importance for local foods than the exotic ones. Okay, so with this, I just stop my discussion here or my talk here. I would like to take questions. So before that, I'd like to express my gratitude and thanks to Vice Chancellor Madam, Dean PGS, then Dean Community Science College Kanchana Madam, our Professor and Head Hemlata Madam, and all the faculty members and the officers of the university who have joined online, and also my all lovely young friends. Okay, so it's education for us also, more than us, it's for you people. You are the ambassador of DNAU, so please carry good nutrition education. You can communicate to many people. Alone I can't do, together we can do, isn't it? With this background, I want to thank all of you. Now it's open for question answer.
Yes, Usha madam. See, madam, you have shown that microgreen. Now it is becoming very popular indeed. They are giving it to IT people.
Yes, ma'am.
My thing is, when it is grown for more than 4 to 5 days, whether that how about the cellulosic content in that one?
Madam, it is easily digestible one and it's not fully matured. Third thing is cellulose is a soluble one. So after 14 days, we just can't digest it because it becomes a greens actually, crop. It's starting to crop and there will be a lot of production of chlorophyll. So that's why it is supposed to be harvested between 7 to 14 days itself. We can have a complete, except the root, we can have complete.
And contamination is also a problem.
Yes, coming to that, mycotoxin contamination is one thing. That means to say water source plays very important role here. So we need to have a designated place for this. Before that, those who want to have a startup, there are slowly many startups are coming up. So our agriculture graduates are best suited for startups than anyone else because you have agriculture knowledge. We have food knowledge, you have safety knowledge. So thing is, a good potable water need to be used here. Then cocoa peat as the major base for growing this crop. So these two things need to be taken care. Then harvesting, try to harvest and same day it should be supplied because they don't have good shelf life. They don't have good shelf life. And no question of spraying anything, no question of putting fertilizer, no question of putting growth regulators. Just go with organic thing. It's a very small, I can say nano business, but it's booming up now. Many IT sector people, as madam said, they are forward. There are openings, lot of openings for this crop. Yeah. Coming to the Asian population, we are the highest rice eaters in the world. So all the three means most of the time it is rice based. So that is an excellent medium for fortification because breakfast, lunch, dinner, minimum of 50 grams we consume rice, minimum. That's why now a lot of research is going on, either biofortification or normal fortification. After processing of rice, it's being fortified and it works out economically feasible than anyone else. It is feasible. Another important thing is micronutrients, though they are present in a smaller extent in the rice, but they are highly bioavailable. than other crops. So it is actually a viable mix. Yes, ma'am. Nice question. A very good question, I think. We are celebrating this year as International Year of Millets. Fine. They are rich in micronutrients. That means to say they are rich in fiber, then minerals, then vitamins. It's all fine. But where is the supply? Supply is the one major thing. Coming to the second aspect, processing is still a challenge. We don't have tabletop processing machines. Third thing is there are some factors like acceptability because of their innate flavor still need to be addressed. But compared to other major cereals, yes, to fight micronutrient malnutrition, millets are one of the solutions. One of the solutions, but they are not alone. We can't feed the world now. At least Indian population, no man. We can't feed. It's a long way to go. Yeah. Friends, from your side, questions, at least suggestions?
Please ask question. It is not questioning. You can interact.
Yeah, you can interact.
Whatever you have doubts, you can.
Any questions from a girl's side?
You can ask either in Tamil or English. No problem.
There is one question. Some madam has raised her hand.
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Madam, I'm Geeta from Coimbatore, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So nowadays, the intermittent fasting is getting popular now, ma'am. So, what is your opinion about that? Because morning breakfast they don't have. They straight. They will have only the brunch. So, what is your opinion about that?
Madam, it's not a new thing to Indian population. Our elders used to have only 2 meals. They have followed excellent food habit, in fact. But in between, that's what I told you, journey of food supply. So somewhere we forgot on that. We have forgotten the roots, and now with a new terminology, we are going with intermittent fasting. But our system only is having monthly once we fast, weekly once we fast. It is better for health actually. We are giving some rest to our GI tract, which is needed in fact. It is better, madam. We can go with that. But here I want to caution one thing about keto diet and crash diet. These are highly dangerous. If you are following keto diet, please go with a well-known dietitians or a nutrition person rather than following dietary guidance from some other person who is maybe working in gym, maybe working in some food juncture. Because nutrition has become everybody's science now. Everybody's science. Everybody talk about nutrition. Unfortunately, nutrition is a very, very deeper subject because we are playing with somebody's life. So when you are on keto diet, please take care of your other all nutrients. Because recently, I think 1 year back, a star, television star in Bangalore, she died because she followed keto diet. Because our body needs everything. Our body needs balanced food. So that is a one caution I just want to give it to all the friends. And in the name of crash diet, you want to shed. For example, weight shedding is another issue now, big issue. You cannot shed 8 kg, 10 kg, 12 kg in a month's time. It's not a healthy shedding. So maximum of 2 kg you can shed. So please follow healthy food habits. Please consult a well-known dietitian or nutritionist who is aware of it. And another caution I want to give you, don't go with a mixed millet diet. You don't know how it interacts. So go with one millet at a time. Yes, madam. Next question.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Is it boring? Yes, ma'am.
What is your opinion on positive behavioral change and negative behavioral change in food habits during any pandemic?
Okay, very interesting question. Negative food habits. Negative behavior towards food habits, positive behavior towards food habits. That is impact of COVID, isn't it? Okay. Positive change or behavior towards food. Okay, so after listening to me or listening to these teachers, if you inculcate one good habit of having one fruit a day, that itself is a positive change. Our COVID has taught us live in deficit. It has taught us live in deficit, one thing. Second thing is, it has taught us all the men also to cook at home. Not at the lighter note. I'm telling with a serious note only, because whatever was there at home, we could make excellent product. If that is possible during pandemic, why not in these days? Okay, so now slowly, youngsters are changing towards positive food habits. Now, there is a change. It is happening, and also they're at least going with the one fasting now, and but still sleep pattern need to be taken care. Coming to the negative choices, difficult to say that. Okay, for example, alcohol. I want to bring it in here. So it gives you what kind of calories? It gives calories, but at the same time, it alters your mood or alters your brain functioning. Okay, but alcohol is not bad to the small extent, because our pickles are having 4 to 6% of alcohol, but it should not become a regular habit. So there is a positive change happening because of the COVID. In fact, Madam asked one interesting question. High protein diet, or at least to meet our body's protein requirement. There is a growing concern is happening now. Can we meet protein requirement of our population? Because though we are number one in pulse production, but we are not able to meet the country's production is not able to meet the demand. So we have to search for alternative protein sources. Now in that, single cell protein is in front now, and also animal food like insect as a food is coming up now. There is mulberry protein sources are available now. That's already in the market now. There are a lot of startups who meet the protein requirement, but it's all coming as capsules now. And also there is research happening. Even startups are there to extract pure protein from the pulses. For example, pea protein. We all eat peas. So now pea protein is being extracted, and with 90% bioavailability, it's being sold now. So those formulations are there, but it will happen. I think it needs another decade's time. But it's started, it's happening now. Any questions, suggestions at least? Okay, so zero figure. I'll come to that straight away. You all know zero figure than what Madam asked, obesity, plus side or minus side or sarcopenia, Madam asked. So one thing is it goes with your, like a gene, first thing. Second thing is it goes with the physical activity. Third thing is with your food choices. And fourth thing is your stress level. When you are stressed up, many people have tendency of eating more food, more sweets when they are stressed up. So emotional health plays very important role in this matter. More than anything else, emotional health is a one major thing. Second thing is physical activity. Cooking is not a major physical activity. We have to have a normal weight. If you are very fit, though you are maybe 65 kg, you are supposed to be 60 kg, but you are plus side already 5 kg. If you are active, if you are fit, then don't bother about it. Don't be conscious of reducing and maintaining zero weight. That is also a psychological stress. Don't go with that. Be healthy. That's it. And eat 3 meals minimum. You can split into 4 meals also, no problem. Okay. And try to give importance for mixed oil, low sugar, natural sweets, lots of fruits and vegetables, without forgetting physical exercise. Madam, actually, it lacks a lot of scientific evidences. They believe that. If you take that, there is a huge scope for research to validate all these things. But as of now, whenever we have too much of spicy food, normally our GI tract will not support. So when we go with the sattvic food or less spicy, less oil, so it's easy to digest. So still a lot of research is need to be carried out
on psychological part. So how
Naturally.
does the behavioral changes would be there if the sattvic foods or raja foods are the
Madam, there is a research going on in Nimans. They're carrying out research on Nimans. But I'm not aware of it. I don't have a scientific evidence on that because I don't want to give wrong information regarding that.
Huh?
Sattvic foods, ma'am.
Plus and minus, all coming under food groups.
Yes. But the scientific evidences we don't have, madam, to establish that. Thank you so much once again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sunday morning, I mean. We've come to the end of this very interactive lecture. Sunday morning, I mean. On this occasion, I would like to propose the formal vote of thanks. At the outset, I would like to thank our Vice Chancellor for facilitating the process of PG endowment lecture and also this guest lecture series across TNAU. So we have many faculties and disciplines in which guest lectures are given, and the opportunity for participation and also learning. The learning process is open to all the faculty and students, and we make the most of it. So I'd like to thank our Vice Chancellor once again for the opportunity conferred to TNAU and to our institute. Next, I would like to thank our Dean, School of Postgraduate Studies, Dr. N. Sendil. So sir is always a pillar of support, always has a word of encouragement for us. He motivates us in all our endeavors. So thank you so much, sir, for taking out the time to join us during this guest lecture and for staying throughout, and also for highlighting the different points which needed to be addressed regarding the changing food habits, dietary health burden and challenges. I would also like to thank our Dean, Dr. S. Kanchana, Dean of Community Science College and Research Institute, for giving us all the support to arrange this lecture today. And mostly, and most importantly, I would like to thank the guest of honor today, Dr. Usha Ravindra, Professor in Food Science and Nutrition of University of Agriculture Sciences, Bangalore. So Madam has a very busy day. I should say the previous day she has made the effort to travel all the way to have to serve as an external examiner morning for a PhD student. And when we approached Madam for coming for this for conduct of the final viva examination, it was only 2 weeks ago that we contacted her. Madam immediately accepted. So we all know that how busy our days are in terms of the conditions in the university regarding her different responsibilities. So I would like to thank you very much, Madam, for the immediate. The very next day, I think, Madam, she gave the date. So we are glad, Madam, that we could finish the viva in time. And again, when we asked Madam for giving this lecture, she immediately came up with this topic of changing food habits, dietary health burden and challenges. So as soon as she proposed the topic, we were very happy because this was something which would connect with all the audience. I think across all disciplines, it might not matter whether you're an agronomist or a breeder. So this was something which would connect with all, and I think we have a lot of online participants, and I hope that all of you have benefited from this lecture. So thank you very much, Madam, for the pain in preparing the slides, and also for your very enlightening talk, which covered the different aspects of a keto diet, high protein diet, intermittent fasting, and you had many questions, and I think throw light on many aspects of the nutrition transition which is taking place at present. Thank you very much, Madam. And I would also like to submit that some of our university officers have also joined us online. So we'd like to thank our controller of examination who has joined us. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us today for this guest lecture. Also like to thank the Dean, Agriculture College and Research Institute of Karun, who has joined us. Thank you very much, sir, for the encouragement and joining us today. We'd also like to thank the director, School of the Director DSW for joining us, Dr. Maragada Madam. Thank you very much for joining for this lecture. And my special thanks to all the university officers, heads of the departments, faculty other faculty members, students who have joined us online for this lecture. Thank you very much. I would also like to thank all the head of the departments of Community Science College and Research Institute, Madurai, Dr. Amuda Madam, our former dean, Head of the Department of Human Development and Family Studies. Thank you very much, Madam, for your support today. Dr. Parimlam, heading the Department of Family Resource Management. Thank you, Madam. Dr. Saravana Kumar, heading the Department of Textile Science and Design. Thank you very much. Dr. P.S. Geeta, heading the Department of Differently Able Studies. Thank you, Dr. Geeta. And my thanks to, I think, the head of the Department of Extension Education. Thank you, Madam. And to all the faculty members of the different departments who have joined us today for this special occasion and benefited from this lecture. Thank you very much, faculty members. And all the PG students who have joined hands with Dr. Ivamar and supported him in all his work schedule, which he had today. He had a busy day today in conducting this final viva overseas examination, arranging for this guest lecture and all. So we were just the participants today, and I would like to thank your PG coordinator very much today for all the efforts which he has put in. Thank you, Dr. Ivamar. Special thanks to all the coordinators who have made the efforts to bring the students in for this guest lecture. Thank you very much. And all the UG students, I think this would have been a very good opportunity and a learning experience, and I hope you benefit. And thanks for your presence here. And last but not the least, I would like to thank the head of the Department of Economics for providing this lecture hall to us, and also the Dean, Agriculture College and Research Institute, for readily agreeing to share this hall for the guest lecture. And to all the faculty, I think the computer science person who was here assisting us today, thank you very much. And thanks everyone for the great day today. Thank you.